Hello everyone, I am Roshan Kumar. Today I will be explaining my experiment number 2, uh, in which this is the problem statement. So in first part I will be doing time analysis of signals, and these are some features which I will be extracting. In second part, it is to design an endpoint detection algorithm. Means we have to determine boundaries of voiced portion of the speech signal. In third part, it is just to create the database. uh, these three things I will be doing. First I will be explaining my logic to my code, and then I will be showing the result. So let's go to MATLAB. So this is my function. So experiment 2. So first of all I am taking my input by using audio read. Here means these all files should be saved in this current folder. So you can see that these all things are saved in the current folder. So by using audio read we can make our data set into by and with a frequency fs. So I will take any one of my database and I will be getting it into by. After that I am taking input from users, sampling rate and window size and window shift. This one I am taking kilohertz, this one in millisecond, and this one in also millisecond. So after that I am doing resample of my database y. Means here I am resampling to my required sampling rate given by the user. After that I am taking just 20 to 30 second, means 10-second interval for analyzing everything. After that I am taking sample size. Sample size means this one is total number of elements in our input matrix. After that I have written my code to those features. I will be explaining one by one. So first of all, generating all frames means here many frames will be generated. So let us store all the frame in at once. So first of all I am sending x, means total input, window size and window shift and sampling rate. This one in kilohertz, this one in millisecond and millisecond. So first of all n is equal to length of x, means I am extracting length. After that window size I have changed my window size and window shift in forms of number of samples. So here I am using my loop. Loop for this loop is shifting by w shift, means it will be first a start of first window, then a start of second window, start of third window. In this way it will be going on, and after that after going inside this condition is checking just if it reaches last window, then it will be stopped. And here I am extracting first window and I am storing it in first element of edge, then extracting second window and I am storing, and I am returning this edge. So with this function all the frames will be returned. Then go to short term magnitude. Here I am sending my all the frames, and for first frame I am calculating sum of absolute and I am returning in first element, then in second and third in similarly. Then short term energy, just same thing, just here I am squaring and then adding, similar to the very previous case. Then cement means sample entropy. So here I am extracting first frame, means frame number, all the elements of particular frame, and then I am calling entropy of that, then it is providing the sample entropy of that function. So here I am returning in as. After that zero crossing rate. So for zero crossing rate the main logic is that if two consecutive points are opposite sign, then that means that zero crossing is there. So I am doing using signum function. Signum of frame I comma j means first element, and just after that means before that element this signum of I comma j minus 1. If signum means if it is opposite sign, then this value will be either plus 2 or minus 2. So and if it is same sign, then it will be 0. So if we take sum of absolute, then we will get all number of zero crossing into 2. So for rate I will be dividing 2, means first dividing 2 to get number of zero crossing, and then by length to get the rate. So this I will be returning in as answer. After that autocorrelation function. In autocorrelation function we have to find many different things, means autocorrelation function, peak location, decay rate, this type of thing. So first of all I am getting n is equal to length, means how many frames are there. So I am getting n. Then what is the length of one frame? This one is in length. Then I am taking a kk input, means for finding the decay constant we need a k, that for which I have to calculate E1 and E total. So that I am taking from user, that I am storing it kk. So after going inside, first of all I am extracting one particular frame elements, and I am sending it to xcore. So it is returning autocorrelation function, because I am sending only one parameter, so it automatically return autocorrelation function, means all the values in autocorrelation. And then after that I am extracting, I am storing that in ACF, means in future I will be using ACF only, not ACFF. So after that, second, for finding peak, we have to find peak. For first I will be finding zero crossing. So in zero crossing, again same logic, that two consecutive point, if two consecutive point in opposite sign, then that means zero crossing. So here I am going one from length, means after extracting first frame I am going to all the elements in that frame and checking that if consecutive point are opposite sign, then that means zero crossing of I is equal to, that means zero crossing location is that k, that particular k. So I am returning it. After that I am finding peak and peak location. So we have to find peak and peak location just after zero crossing. So I am starting from zero crossing plus 1, and after that I am checking that for a kth element, previous 20 element and next 20 element, it should be greater than both the things, means previous things and also next thing also. If it is greater, then that means that it is a maximum. Here I am taking 20, not 1, because if I take 1, then it will consider a spike also, and that will give a wrong result. So I am taking 20 so that it will provide correct result. And then after that I am storing peak value in peak I, and then peak Li, means peak location, I am storing k. After that a decay rate. For decay rate, just I am squaring my our autocorrelation function, means autocorrelation function array, and storing it in temp, and then I am summing from 0 to k, means k equal to 0 to k equal to k. This was given from our user. So E1 is calculated, and say ET. In ET I am calculating whole energy from k is equal to 0 to k equal to infinity. After that decay rate is equal to E1 by ET, and I am storing it in the form of I, means first frame, second frame in this tab. Then ACF value, first 3 ACF values. So here I am taking k equal to 1, k equal to 2, k equal to 3, and I am storing first 3 ACF value. After that signal stat. In this first I will extracting my all the elements of a particular frame, then I am sending it to mean, then it is returning mean, then similarly variance and skewness and kurtosis. Mean is just average type of average, and variance tells us that how much our data is varying, and skewness tells us that how much symmetric is this one with respect to y-axis, and kurtosis tells that how much is the peakiness of peakiness in the my signal. Then NCC, normalized cross correlation coefficient. So here I am taking consecutive window, and I'm finding cross correlation. So for normalizing it, I am dividing it maximum of that cross correlation. So in this one, means normalized cross correlation is obtained. After that, number of turning points. In number of turning point, just I am finding local maximum or local minimum. So here this one is giving all the local max, and this one is giving all the local minimum. I am summing both the things, and I am storing it in this one, means this whole will give us number of turning points. And after that, this I will explain in later part. So now let's go to this one. First time, means till this one I have explained, and after that, first of all I am calling frame function, and it is returning all the frames. And after that, means from here, this one I equal to 0 to n minus 1, and p is equal to 1 plus. Here means actually number of windows will be less as compared to number of samples in input. So we have to make the origin similar, means for plotting in similar way. So for that I'm using means window, for particular window some ith sample to jth sample. If it particular window is there, then I am storing I plus j by 2 means midpoint. At midpoint I am setting my answer to that window. So these are my plots. In plot section means when I will showing result, then I will showing everything. Here just input signal and short term magnitude and this type of things I will be doing. And after that my algorithm to find endpoint detection. So here I am sending here I am using four five features: short term energy, short term zero crossing rate, mean, short term variance. Then length is a length of one window and n is number of frames. So this one is the algorithm, means I am using a particular model. This one is my model, means here I am calculating first threshold value. In threshold value, this is m of g plus 0.3 v of g into power 0.08. This one is a threshold value, means m represents for mean and v represents for variance. And then I am checking whether this is greater than or not equal to my threshold value or not. If it is greater than 1, then I am returning 1, or otherwise I have given it to 0. So in this way my endpoint detection algorithm is working. Here I will be calling in everything and I will be plotting everything. And in last figure, fourth figure, fifth figure, I will be plotting. At last I will be plotting input and final result on both on same plot. Let's run our code. 4.1 kilohertz, 30 millisecond, 10 millisecond, and 20 for decay rate. Code is running. Let's wait for some second. Okay. This is my first output, means this is input signal short term magnitude. Here we can see that wherever smaller amplitude is there, so we are getting 0, and wherever bigger, then I am getting bigger. This is short term energy. This curve is very similar to short term magnitude because similar things only happens but just squaring the things. And sample entropy, wherever means randomness is more, then we will get more entropy. Means here you can see that some values are less and some values are very greater, means these are varying. So this is means more random thing, no particular mathematical equation. So short means entropy will be more. Zero crossing rate, it will be wherever noise will come, then number of zero crossing will be more. Here you can see number of zero crossing, then here you can see number of zero crossing, these all things are greater. Second output, here I am just calculating, just I am showing input signal, short term mean and short term variance, skewness and short term kurtosis. This is our result. Here I am explaining first peak ACF from zero crossing, means after zero crossing what is the first peak value that I am getting. So, and after that decay rate I have, means how I have calculated that I have explained. And this one I have calculated in normalized cross correlation. I have taken the peak value of everything and plotted this. And after that, number of turning points. This one is just for a particular window. I have plotted autocorrelation value, means for 50th window, and you can see that this is an even function and it is getting maximum at k equal to 0. After that, normalized cross correlation. As we know that normalized cross correlation does not need not to be maximum at k equal to 0, and we can see this from here also. This one is from of 50th and 51th window. And this is our input signal and final result. So this blue part is our input signal and this is our final result. So we can see that wherever there is no speech, I am showing it is that no speech, and wherever a speech is there, so it is showing the result. This is the speech part, then this is the speech part, this is the next speech part, and in between this is not a speech, means voiceless signal. So So that's all from my side.